a new Superman TV spot dropped. And I don't know. Now, if we show it, we're going to get dinged. So I'm not, it's very short. It's 30 seconds, not much to see.
Can I just say that James Gunn has responded to this whole controversy and said
I have it.
There's
I
none,
have
right?
it.
Okay, don't.
I have it. Don't worry. I'm well prepared. I'm well prepared. I'm well prepared for this. So, but well, let's see. Here's the shot that people are talking about. Here, if you guys see it, display, there. To be honest, I don't think I look much worse.
It looks better.
Perfect.
You definitely look colder.
I might look better. I have no idea. But there's a shot, and people were talking about this shot. He looks goofy with. Oh wait, what is this, Alan? Why are you
so tall?
I know what happened.
I did not mean to show that, folks. All right, mistake on it. But let me go to the real shot here. I do have it. There is the shot here. X. But I'm kind of concerned about this movie now. And literally the concern comes from the one shot. This isn't the shot, but we got a couple new shots in this trailer. And by the way, the trailer played during the NFC and AFC conference championships games. I don't know if there are any NFL fans here. I watched both games. I really was not invested. Don't care. By the way, the Chefs are going to the Super Bowl for a third year in a row.
Yep.
So if you care about them.
Poor Bills.
But this shot is the thing that it actually does have me concerned. Because when you look at David Cornsweet here, it's the furrowed brow. He's missing kind of, I don't know. He's no Cavill. He's no Cavill. Do we have any thoughts on this?
I think it's just a bad picture, man. I think it was maybe a bad clip. I see people online. I see them on X, losing their mind, saying, "Oh, this movie's going to suck." I'm like, guys, you're getting all that from this one still. You're getting that a 3-hour movie is going to suck from this one picture. Relax. It's just a weird angle. It's
unfinished. It's unfinished.
And it's unfinished.
Well,
yeah.
But
I mean,
look,
he has heterochromia because the left eye is brown and the right eye is blue.
His eye is wonky is the issue, and that's not CG.
Too.
That's his eye is really wonky in the real world.
That's just him.
Yeah.
Well, it's the cinematographer behind The Flash. I don't think anyone was raving about the cinematography for The Flash. And this just seems he's using there's another shot where Superman is behind some kind of glass that he breaks, and they use this super wide angle lens. His foot looks enormous. It's elongated and stretched because of this weird super wide angle. It's kind of looking cheap.
Stretched. It looks stretched.
Yes.
I mean, at least we can understand why Superman wears glasses now. They're not just for a disguise, it's to fix the lazy eye.
Course correction.
It looks weird for me just because it's the same expression. Like I slowed it down and I went through it like frame by frame. It's the same expression. And I know that the clip is like really short, but there's no change in his face. So, and then I compared it to like the Man of Steel first flight scene. And like all of the scenes where, there's an up close shot, there's at least some blinking. There's at least some sort of expression that to match like what he's doing, where he's going, what he's feeling. And with this, there's nothing. It's such a vacant expression. You don't know where he's going in this. You don't know if it's some sort of like defeatist moment where he finds it within himself to like go and save somebody. You have no idea because it's such a vacant expression. And like throughout the turn up until like it's the camera is like right there in his face. There's nothing. There's no emotion. There's nothing behind those eyes.
Well, it looks like
that's
a
more of
previs
like
model.
what I have a problem with.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like a previs model that's been up-rendered and maybe isn't finished. I don't know. I'm not going to make any excuses for it. I would never have put something out like that.
I mean, let's compare Cavill and Cornsweet. Okay, let's go. Like, here's Cornsweet. Okay, here's Cavill. I'm sorry. I think Cavill's a better Superman that was in maybe, we'll see. It could be David Cornsweet is less of a good Superman who's maybe in a better movie. And then, although I will defend aspects of Man of Steel, I don't know. It's very disappointing.
Chris, can you share my screen for a second?
Yes, of
it's the
course.
same thing that we saw in Guardians and in Black Adam, but it's their like whatever gimbal rig they have.
Yes.
It gives you this perspective. And it's fine. The whole thing is David's looks fine. The whole thing is he just has a wonky eye, and it's not as good as Henry Cavill. That's unfortunate. Nothing's gonna fix it in post. It's just not the Superman a lot of people wanted.
Yeah, this shouldn't have been released.
Yeah, Rob.
Look, I'm sure that shot they wanted to end the shot with him flying. I wouldn't be surprised if they put this together just for that trailer, just to have it as a button on the end. We're 6.5 months out from the release of this film. They're going to be working on this movie up until just a few weeks before it comes out. So to me, it's to judge anything. Haven't we learned by now is that
Right.
Hey, I'm still waiting for that TIE fighter shot from Rogue One when the TIE fighter rises up. It wasn't in the film. I've always said wait till the movie's finished. Especially, look, here's the thing that I think that people, and I know nothing about this movie. I've not read the script. I don't know anything about this movie. I know this. I liked Slither, Super, 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, The Peacemaker, The Suicide Squad, and I like James Gunn's novel, The Toy Collector. He's got my vote. I mean, he hasn't let me down. His Guardians movies are wildly ambitious, and I like the second one more than a lot of people do. But I think as a trilogy, what he brought to that trilogy was pretty astonishing, and the fact that Marvel let him go in some of the directions he went in was pretty amazing. Slither is a great $3 million exploitation horror comedy, which is great. And so I trust in James Gunn. And look, I wanted to hate Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake. Dawn of the Dead's one of my favorite films of all time. I couldn't believe someone remade it. I went in there wanting to hate that movie so much, and I liked it. I came out and said, you know what? That's pretty good. And no movie in history have I wanted to just dislike more than that Dawn of the Dead remake. And I liked it. It won me over. So I'm willing to give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt. He knows, as the head of the studio, as well as the director of this film and the writer, if this movie fails, he might never recover. The studio won't recover. He might never recover. I think the thing that people are missing about this movie is all of our Superman movies that we love, Christopher Reeve and Superman the movie, Henry Cavill and Man of Steel, which I like very much. These films are trying to take place in quote unquote the real world. They shot in New York City for Superman the movie. I think what James Gunn is doing with this movie is he's going to give us our first fantasy Superman.
We got Clayface and Dr. Phosphorus and Creature Commandos. We're getting a fantasy Superman.
We're getting, and we never got that before.
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to get, and the thing about that is we don't have the context of what a $200 million feature film that's fantasy oriented. And when I say fantasy oriented, I know General Zod's fantastical. I know Doomsday is fantastical. I know the Justice League is fantastical, but they still are set in a world that's quote unquote real.
But can James Gunn do hopeful? That's I'm trying to stand this movie, and all my cohorts go, yeah, but James Gunn will make selfish choices. He'll make dumb. He'll put the
I don't.
Hear from James Gunn. Here we go.
Yeah,
Guardians is a hopeful movie. I mean,
Badger, if you would read this comment from Gunn.
Yeah, he's responding to, of course, that trailer we just saw. There's absolutely zero CG in his face. People's faces can look different when you put a wide angle lens up close. The background plate in Svalbard is 100% real, as is David. Yeah, that's where they shot where the Fortress of Solitude is.
My problem is the cinematography. If you go back and look at Donner's Superman, Rob, I know you love that movie
Unsworth, man,
as much as I do. And I don't like the look of this movie. I've seen enough to say I don't like the look. Now, like you, I do trust Gunn on the storytelling side, but I think he made a bad choice of cinematographer. I was hoping for epic. It looks CW. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry.
I don't think it looks CW.
I would say we should wait.
I'm willing to give James Gunn a little bit of grace because you're absolutely right. I do like his filmography. Like I love his body of work. So I'm willing to offer him a little bit of grace, and I'm looking forward to this movie. It's just that shot is very weird. It's such an odd shot.
Weird.
Here's the problem. It's the marketing. You're supposed to be getting us excited about your movie. And the trailer and this is moving us in the wrong direction. The fact that James Gunn,
excited.
hold on. The fact that James Gunn has to explain the shot tells you that this is a bad move. You should just lay it out there and say that this is what it is, and not have to say, well, people's faces look weird in wide angle. So if Superman is going to succeed, it's going to be despite its marketing efforts so far.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the same with the first image they put out there with him sitting down, putting on his boots. Like it was such a strange image to be putting out. I thought that they should have put out the moving poster, the animated poster, as their first image instead of the one that they originally put out.
I mean, this shot here needed context. All we're seeing is Superman flying.
But Robert and I want to like it. You need people that don't give a shit about Superman to watch that trailer. Like with Sonic 3, I knew they were good, but I was not watching them. And I saw Sonic 3 trailer. I was like, oh, that interests me. I should watch the other ones. You need people that don't care about Superman to see the trailer and go, I kind of want to watch that. And I don't think that's happening.